Real. Best unrated match. Comes a new challenger.
This is gonna be a 5-star match. Get ready for history to be made.
飛躍がこっちまで伝わってきますね。
Round 1.
Here we go. Let's see what these fighters have in store.
ビシバシやり合ってるところが見たいです。
Their drive gauge was running low, but they use an overdrive bar anyway just to show they're not gun-shy. Player 2 will be in a world of hurt if his drive gauge runs out. Backs him into a corner.
どうなるどうなる？
Opts for the anti-air. They break forward to pressure the opponent. Big gap between the two fighters, so they throw out a fireball. The jump in is denied.
どうするどうする？
Can they scrape together a final push? Great work! Just like that!
いや惜しいな今の。
This is a critical point of the round where the KO!
綺麗に決まりましたね。
Don't worry, we're just getting started here.
今負けちゃった方にも取り返してほしいですね。
Hit them and the super activation. You can't forget the super for extra damage.
すごい。
Goes for the fireball, which is very strong at this range. Nice. Drive rush to keep it going. They're going for the super hard.
ちょっと何ですか今の。
Gotta be mindful of reach and jump into this range. Burns out.
なんかこっちが緊張する。まだここからの逆転は全然ありますよね。
Why are they going in? Hands back. Throws him. Opens him up with the throw. And just backs it all. Doesn't give up and gets the win with authority.
あそこからの逆転はしびれますね。
The pieces are there. Keep your head up and focus.
めっちゃいい試合でした。またこんな戦いが見たいです。
Round Alright, both players are ready to go. Time to get hype and make some noise.
お互いに頑張ってほしいですね。
Ready. Round one.
The fight just started. This is Tasty Steve on commentary.
どっちも強そう。
Knockdown.
すごい。
Denied up top. At this range, many attacks connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is so important. Can they utilize the corner? That's some big, juicy damage on that counter. Good stuff, but they gotta keep it up.
大丈夫大丈夫。
It's there!
おお、しっかり倒しきりましたね。
That's what I like to see.
いやー、強すぎるよ。でもまだわからない。
Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Experiencing burnout.
なんかこっちが緊張する。
Good job blocking the jump drive rush to keep it going. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. They gotta scramble and recover quickly. Time to take this momentum. Springs forward with the drive rush. Looking for a chance. Demon Ring. Blocks the ambiguous crossover. They gotta stop the... Oh, burnout activate.
いやー、頑張れ。
Hits the orbital throw out of the teleport.
二人ともやる気満々だ。
Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Smart play with the throw. Is it time for the mix-up? Both fighters have full super meter. How did he get a read on that throw? Time to take this momentum, and there's a wall splash. They can't do anything now. There's still a... That throw is gonna take off a chunk of them.
今のは効いてる。
There's the bird, closes it out.
おお、しっかり倒しきりましたね。
Keep on the gas. You had your moments there.
次のラウンドが勝負ですね。全部勝負なんですけど。
Point blank range here. Which fighter will control the pace of the match early on?
心理戦にも注目していきたいです。
Takes the hit and keeps on trucking.
どういうこと？これ。
They're in the corner. This may change the match.
いやー、一気に来るんじゃないですか？これは。
Burnout, but they might have a plan. Let them know what's up. Super art control what a PhD in fighters can do for you.
なんかもうすごいことになってるよ。
Down and out.
よっ、名勝負。
Don't worry about the loss, because your next win's gonna show them you're for real.
いやー、どっちも頑張っててナイスファイトって感じでした。
Dawson. Now, find a new rival.
Everyone's getting fired up, and we're just ready to get started.
なんかワクワクします。
Round one.
Let's see what they try and do here in this first round.
始まりましたね。
Nice, smart choice there. Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be hard to escape.
どうなる？どうだ？
Player 2 has used up all their drive. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also diminished.
ヒヤヒヤします。
Throws to get around their defense. Throws to get around their defense.
天才か？
Both fighters are trying to decide their next move. The jump in is denied.
いやー、どうだどうだ？
There's a definite gauge which brushes that off and keeps going. Gauge KO.
ナイスナイス。かっこいい。
You remember your shortcomings. It's easier to fill in those gaps.
次のラウンドが勝負ですね。まあ、全部勝負なんですけど。
All right, who's gonna swing first?
いけいけ。
Down to the wire.
お、
They cancel out each other's moves. Player 2 didn't manage their drive properly through that round. Meter management is vital and they need to manage it properly.
なるほど。
Player 1 will look to apply pressure here.
どうなるんですかね。ここから。
Big throw.
ナイスナイス。
Looking for a chance. Oh, burnout activates.
なんだこっちが緊張する。
Oh, you never know what can happen here. Player 2 needs to hold out until his drive gauge recovers. This is gonna kill, no doubt about it. You're done.
おお、しっかり倒しきりましたね。
Yeah, this is all yours.
なんかここまですごく一進一退できてるんで、次どうなるか本当に予想できないです。
Nothing but air.
これはまずい。
Player 1 got really hurt because of their drive management. Gotta try and change things up.
このラウンドに注目ですね。
Here comes the corner pressure.
いやー、一気に来るんじゃないですか。これは
Throws him.
今の完璧。
This is a complete shutdown. They can nothing stop this. You fool! You shall not pass. Who's gonna take it? Connects with the throw.
今の完璧。
Are you for real?
決まっちゃいましたね。
Player 2 is showing them what's good.
圧倒してましたね。すごい。
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch.
まだまだ戦い足りないようです。
A nice chunky combo. Can they keep up the assault? Whiff the throw. Will they hit, whip, charge in? Tricky territory here. Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be hard to escape.
どうなるどうなる。いやー、どうだどうだ。
How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Both fighters are even health. Don't worry, it happens.
惜しい。
Knockdown. Grabs him.
お、
Very solid corner switch. They decide to hang. Nice perfect parry there. What's the next move? Fights back out of the corner. Both
ナイスナイス。慎重ですね。
KO.
綺麗に決まりましたね。
Well read. Keep going.
いや、強すぎません？すごい気迫みたいなの感じます。
They've piled up the knowledge. Now how are they going to use it? Experiencing burnout.
いやー、頑張れ。
Scrapping it out up close. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. They gotta scramble and recover quickly. Time to take this momentum and really run with it.
二人ともやる気満々だ。
Between the wall and a hard plate. And they're stunned.
なんかこっちが緊張する。
Oh, you never... Burnout extends the meter on the super art.
あ、これかっこいいやつ。
Goes for the level 3 super art to show them this is how we roll in this town.
マリーザを見てると、最後の女性ってやっぱりかっこいいなってなっちゃいます。
Still a chance, puts the armor KO.
決まった。
Keep on the gas. You had your moments there.
なんかこう、魂のぶつかり合い的なものを感じました。
Last chance, it's now or never.
どっちも頑張ってほしいですね。
Player 2 with the lead. They're gonna end it quick or hang back.
いいんじゃないか。これいけそうですよ。全然気が抜けませんね。いいよ。
In front for the ground and pound. Backed into the corner. What setups do they have?
いやー、一気に来るんじゃないですか。これは
Target combo into. Still a chance. Oh, burnout. Was that a set on the meter until they got this super art?
一番強いのか。やばいやばい。もういけるよこれ。
There's a burnout. Bring in that hot fire. They got him from down and out.
決めてったナイス。
Not a loss to get down about. If anything, we should be glad for it.
どっちも頑張ってて ナイスファイトって感じでした。
It is not over. They want that run back. How's it going to unfold?
まだまだ戦い足りないようです。いいですね。
Player 2 has the life lead. Can they build on this?
このまま押し切るんでしょうか。
Solid anti-air there.
うまい。
Will they hit, whip, charge in? Tricky territory here. Let's see how they apply their corner pressure in this situation.
何か狙ってるんですかね、これは。
Absorbs the attack and fires back. That happens to everyone.
惜しい。
In a dire situation, they can't afford it. Oh, yeah, just like that.
ナイスナイス。
Spin some meter to add super damage to the combo.
出た、越英技。
Who will capitalize on an opening first? It's there!
綺麗に決まりましたね。
Give me more of that.
いやー、強い。強すぎるよ。でも、まだわからない。
Creates distance to try to get a read on the opponent. That's what we want. Ooh, burnout activate.
いやー、頑張れ。
Scrapping it out up close. They need to be mindful of their opponent's SA game. Ups the damage on that by opting to go add some damage and flare with the super.
何これ。すごい派手でいいですね。
The goddess of the hunt is here. That life gauge is about to disappear in a flash.
マリーザ、すごい肉体美ですね。
The throw connects.
すごすぎ。天才。
A real test of nerves here.
いいよいいよ。
Player 1 can't let this. You're done.
決まったー。
Gotta shake it off. Let's go.
なんかここまですごく一心二態できてるんで、どうなるか本当に予想できないです。
Sees it coming and shrugs off the attack with armor. Now we're getting somewhere.
めっちゃ惜しい。4枚です。
All the way up with the super.
なんかもうすごいことになってるよ。
Point blank range here. Connects with the throw.
今完璧。
Noticeable pairs of burnout.
危ない危ない。でもまだいける。
They can't get hit here.
危ない危ない。でもまだいける。
Oh boy, both running empty on drive. Answers with a it's over.
決まっちゃいましたね。
Player 1 gotta be sweating after that match. Someone bring him.
Best online rated match.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters need to bring their A game to the table.
なんかワクワクします。
Starts off zoning with the fireball. Yeah, like that. Backs him into a corner.
どうなるどうなる？
They're really being worked over in the corner.
結構リードしてる感じですね。
Decides to meet them in the air. There's a wall splat, which leaves them wide open.
うまい。
One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. They gotta scramble and recover quickly. Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. Uses the drive rush to deprive them of their turn.
慎重。
KO.
決着ですね。
Don't worry, we're just getting started here.
勝負はまだこれからって感じですね。
Can't tech the throw. Goes to the open. That's what we want. Player 2 has the life advantage.
結構リードしてる感じですね。
Scrapping it out up close. Smart play with the throw.
いいですね。
Pushes that off and keeps going. Uses their drive to experiencing burnout.
なんかこっちが緊張する。
Opts for the critical art. Yo, we're dealing with a real gambler here. Low on life and still willing to risk it all on this critical art to deal that cash money damage they need. The spacing is so on point right now. Any mistake? Solid anti-air!
白熱してます。
What is anti-air? Oh my god, what's gonna happen? Give me some gift for that chip!
よっ、名勝負。
Okay, on to the next one.
めっちゃいい試合でした。またこんな戦いが見たいです。
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch.
まだまだ戦い足りないようです。
Player 2 chases him down.
何か狙ってるんですかね、これは。
What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Nice. Opts for the anti-air. Goes for the throw.
お、どうするどうする？
Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. And they scrape together a final push. KO.
ナイスナイス。かっこいい。
That's what I like to see.
いや、強すぎません？すごい気迫みたいなの感じます。
Everything up until now and everything from here on out is so vital.
一瞬の油断が命取りですよね。
Who gain control of the match in the early going?
どちらが先に仕掛けるんですかね。
Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Time to take this momentum and really run with it. Plenty of life, a full drive gauge to work with. They have tons of options at their disposal. Gotta be mindful of reach and... Nice! Doesn't miss a beat. Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. Both of our combatants are cooking up something. Charges forward. Both absolutely... Oh, yeah, just like that. There closes it out.
よっ、名勝負。
Player 2 is hot. I'm feeling it.
強すぎ。すごい勢いでした。
How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow up here?
もう一回戦うんですね。頑張れ。
Gets the wall splat, and now the opponent is defensive.
すごい。
The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also diminished. Player 2 has used up all their drive. Pressure continues as they can't escape the corner. They need to find a way out. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity.
何か狙ってるんですかね、これは。
Burnout is triggered.
頑張れ。
Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. KO.
綺麗に決まりましたね。
You remember your shortcomings. It's easier to fill in those gaps.
勝負はまだこれからって感じですね。
They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter.
一瞬の油断が命取りですよね。
Decides to meet them in the air. They break things off to take a quick, brushes that off, and keeps going.
やばい。
Somehow pushes back off. No worries about that.
まあそういう時もあるよね。
They gotta press here and take. That's what we want. Opens them up with the throw.
ある気満々だ。
Going on the offensive? Gets a little space with the throw.
ナイスナイス。
For real, were they looking to connect? Oh, burnout activate?
なんかこっちが緊張する。
What? In anti-air? The next touch may decide this round. Down and out.
おお、しっかり倒しきりましたね。
Send him home. You got this one.
なんかここまですごく一進一退できてるんだ。次どうなるか本当に予想できないです。
Knocked him out of the air. Oh, what a rush. Nowhere to run.
いやー、一気に来るんです。
Throws him.
すごすぎ。天才。
Adds a little spice with the overdrive. Plenty of health. Full gauge. Let's see some stylish action. Player one with a slight lead. Will they capitalize?
いいじゃないですかこれ。いけそうですよ。
Solid anti-air. Nothing stops this train.
やばい。
Burns out.
なんかこっちが緊張する。
Anti-air in the clutch. Yo, critical down. She shreds him with the critical part. Such a smart play to go for that in this situation. Fighting back against the odds and giving them a chance to win this.
いやー、頑張れ。
Let's lose some power with it. They both decide there's a burnout. They're taking a step back, tries to make something happen with the overdrive arc. Perfect read with the anti-air.
今の完璧。
Lots of distance here. Who's baiting who? He crushes it. There's a burnout. No one could have called that.
いや、めっちゃすごくない？なんですか今の逆転。
Player 2 is gonna be watching replays of this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire.
いやー、どっちが勝つか全然最後まで分からへんくてもドキドキしました。
Yeah, I love it. We got a good match on deck right now, and no one's gonna want to blink once the action gets started.
気迫がこっちまで伝わってきますね。
Time for a beatdown. Round one. Fight.
The fight just started. This is Tasty Steve on commentary.
かっこいいとこ見たいです。
The jump in is denied. Blocks the jump in. Very dangerous range. It can definitely get clipped by something. Parries the attack. Blocks the ambiguous crossover. Burns the drive gate. Grabs him. Ooh, that's a pretty big life lead. It's not looking too good, folks.
ヒヤヒヤします。
Hits.
おお、
Okay, you got a round on the board.
めちゃくちゃすごい攻めでしたね。
Decides to create some distance to start. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now?
いやー、どうなるんだろう。いいですね。
It's backed into the corner with pressure building.
何か狙ってるんですかね、これは。
Experiencing burnout.
いやー、頑張れ。
How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Time to take this momentum and really run with it. The forward throw in the corner for the pressure. Oh, super art.
何これ。すごい派手でいいですね。
We have a super art on deck. Expect to see way more, but tries to act quickly, but whiffs the attack. KO.
ナイスナイス。かっこいい。
Terry.
Player 2 is showing off $1 million smile now.
もうこんなん誰も勝てないよ。最強です。
Oh, we're gonna run it back now? This thing ain't over yet.
さっき負けた方も次はいける。
Throws to get around their defense. Decides to go with the target combo. Denied up top. Pressuring them in the corner.
どうなるどうなる。
Goes for the throw.
うまい。どうなる。
Player 2 is just about out of drive after that. From up above. Yeah? Yeah?
ナイス。
Good job blocking the jump in.
ナイスナイス。
Life lead opens up. Even a throw here will do it. Looking winded, burnout changes the game.
なんかこっちが緊張する。
Old tail.
綺麗に決まりましたね。
Alright now, let's try and switch up the game plan.
今負けちゃった方にも取り返してほしいですね。
Burns the drive game. Can they utilize the blocking? That drive impact isn't going to work. Player 2, maintaining the corner pressure for some juicy damage.
このまま押し切るんでしょうか。
Player 2 has a slight life lead.
このまま勝ち切ったらかっこいいですよね。
Springs forward with the drive rush. Jumps up.
ナイスナイス。
Big throw. Opens him up with the throw.
いいですね。
Gotta be the air is good. Why are they going in? Hang back. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here.
どうなるんですかね。ここから。
Oh my God! They just broke it away.
めっちゃ惜しい。ドンマイです。
This is our destiny.
This is gonna kill. No doubt about it.
Gets got.
That was the highest I've ever seen one.
あそこからの逆転はしびれますね。
Jamie.
Not a loss to get down about. If anything, we should be glad for it.
めっちゃいい試合でした。またこんな戦いが見たいです。
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch.
まだまだ戦い足りないようです。
That drive impact doesn't get through. Opts for the throw. Player 1 with the life lead.
だいぶ有利な状況ですね。
Player 2 is just about out of drive after that.
どうだ。
Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner.
どうなる。頑張れ。
The low heavy hits. I saw that.
天才か。
Can't tech the throw. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes.
どうなる。
Tail.
ナイスナイス。かっこいい。
Alright now, let's try and switch up the game plan.
なんかこう魂がぶつかり合う的なものを感じます。
Decides to spin the meter to open up some more chances. Connects with the medium kick. Throws him. What's next? Side switch out of the corner. The throw whiffs. Player 2 has grabbed the lead. Time to settle in and control the pace.
いやいや。
Player 2 will need to play it conservative until the springs forward with the drive rush. Still slugging it out and getting sweaty.
全然気が抜けませんね。
Drive gauge on deck. What's the play? They're going for the super hard.
あ、これかっこいいやつ。
Absolutely gotta put him down. You super to take the run. Closes it out.
決めてった。ナイ
Oh yeah, this is all yours.
ス。いやー、熱い勝負が繰り広げられております。どっちが勝ってもおかしくないと思います。
That punch counter creates a chance for some juicy damage here.
ナイスナイス。
Player 2 is in a very good spot now.
いやー、一気に来るんじゃないですか。これは。
They need to be mindful of their opponent's SA game. Throws him. Player 2 it just bets it all on the drive rush. Player 2 with the lead. They're gonna end it quick or hang back.
いいんじゃないですか。これいけそうですよ。
They're taking tries to make something happen with the overdrive arm. Ready, willing, burns out.
いやー、頑張れ。
Knocked him out of the air. Connects with the throw.
いったれいったれ。
How you gonna do that? Getting up close and personal. Why are they going in? Hang back. We'll get to follow up after that target combo. Crispy burn up. Player 2 with the rhythm, owning that space.
いいんじゃないですか。これいけそうですよ。
They can't get hit here. Burns out.
危ない危ない。でもまだいける。
Who makes the first move at this range? Let's lose some power wave. Changes the pace with a fireball. Time's almost up. Any mistake here is gonna be fatal. What's it gonna be?
すごい激闘ですね。
Are you for real?
うわー、決まっちゃいましたね。
Player 2 gotta be sweating after that match. Someone bring him a towel.
最後まで全く気が抜けない試合でしたね。
Yo,
comes a new challenger.
These two have more beef than a barbecue in Texas. Let's see them duke it out.
よろしくお願いします。
You ready? Time for a beatdown. Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. Let's see what these fighters have in store.
気合入ってますね。
Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. Tons of time left. How's this match going to play out?
ここからどう攻めるんですかね。
Goes for the fireball. Nailed it. The throw hits. Now it's time for some fun. Good anti-air.
どうだ？
Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. At this range, many attacks connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is so important. The jump in is denied. Grabs him. There's still a chance here. Hits him.
決着ですね。
Don't worry, we're just getting started here.
次のラウンドが勝負ですね。まあ全部勝負なんですけど。
No worries about that.
いや惜しいな今の。
They back the opponent into the corner, now to apply the pressure.
どうなるんですかね。ここから。
Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. The spacing is so on point right now. Any mistake here will be big. Tries to do something new and goes for the fireball. The life remaining tells us that we're experiencing burnout.
なんかこっちが緊張する。
Charges forward. Playing nice? Knee kick hits. Ooh, connects with the rising uppercut. Reads the jump in perfect.
いいですね。
Fires the blast. Oh, just do it! What? In anti-air? You're done.
決まった。
That's a huge win there. Settle down and keep grinding.
いや強すぎません？すごい気迫みたいなの感じます。
Genius play to escape the throw. Connects with the throw. They'll knock him out of the air.
すごすぎ。天才。
Player one with a slight lead. Will they capitalize?
いいんじゃないですかこれ。
Super art income.
なんかすごいことになってるよ。
Forward throw, laying the pressure on thick. They can crowns them from above. Back to wow! The throw connects.
今の完璧。
Goes all in with the uppercut. Everyone knew but you.
なんかすごい。いやー頑張れ。
Too slippery to get a handle on. They are done.
決まっちゃいましたね。
Don't worry about the loss because your next win's gonna show them you're for real.
いやーどっちも頑張っててナイスファイトって感じでした。
It is not over. They want that run back. How's it going to unfold?
まだまだ戦い足りないようです。
That corner's gonna make it hard. Rising uppercut. Knockdown.
どうだ？
They're on a roll. Pops him with the target combo. Grabs him. They're vying for dominant position in the corner. Player one pushes the opponent into the corner.
どうなるどうなる？
Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs.
どうするどうする？頑張れ。
Throws to get around their defense. You may want to slow the pace here. Burnout trigger. There's still a chance here.
2人ともやる気満々だ。
Decides to meet them in the air. Neither fighter can rising uppercut. It's there.
決まった。
You remember your shortcomings. It's easier to fill in those gaps.
勝負はまだこれからって感じですね。
Everything up until now and everything from here on out is so vital.
一瞬の油断が命取りですよね。
Both fighters want to establish themselves early on.
どちらが先に仕掛けるんですかね。
Pushes that off and keeps going.
ちょっと何ですか今の。
Picks a good spot to use the super.
何これ。すごい派手でいいですね。
Hail Rider. Uh-oh. You're about to be a part of the pavement, baby. Shows the medium kick. Flawless. They got them so quick.
おお、しっかり倒しきりましたね。
You're on the right track. Get back out there.
いやー熱い戦いでした。次の試合もファイト。
Zangief. Rashid. Comes a new challenger.
How's this matchup gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
どっちも強そうですね。
Ready yourself. Round one. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen?
ビシバシやり合ってるところが見たいです。
Have until their game plan. Okay, both fighters have taken a step back. They're both looking to reassess the fight. Plenty of time in this round.
どうだ
Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be hard to escape.
どうなるどうなるいやー、どうだどうだ
Will they hit, whiff, charge in? Tricky territory here. Yeah? Throws to get around their defense. Can they scrape together a final push? Oh, my heart. I can't, man.
やばいやばいやばい
Just under 20 seconds on the clock. Showing some great fortitude. This is far from over.
なんかこっちが緊張する
Both fighters are weighing their options and looking for an opening. Hey-yo!
おおしっかり倒しきりましたね
Round two.
Well read. Keep going.
いや強すぎませんすごい気迫みたいなの感じますこ
They're backed up into the corner.
の感じは名勝負の予感がします
Wants to continue laying on the pressure with the drive rush. Experiencing burnout. Time to take this momentum and really run with it. Manage it.
いいですね
That throw's not gonna reach. No mix-up. Nice.
慎重ですね
Player one can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking.
いやー一気に来るんじゃない
Ooh, burnout activates.
いやー頑張れ
You're done.
おおしっかり倒しきりましたね
Loosen up and play for fun. The results will come.
なんかこう魂のぶつかり合い的なものを感じました
Barely blocks the jump in. Medium kick and knocked him out of the air. Point blank range here. Uses their drive game. Links it. Why are they going in? Raw super art income.
ゲージ溜まってますねいけるいける
Just go for it. There's a burnout.
危ない危ないでもまだいける全然気が抜けませんね
Goes for the fireball to force him. Are you for real?
うわー決まっちゃいましたね
Rashid wins.
Player two is gonna be watching replays of this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire.
いやーどっちが勝つか全然最後まで分からへんくてもドキドキしました
Yeah, I love the back and forth they had going on. OD whirlwind to up the ante. Picks up the counter. This is going to be huge. Keep at it.
惜しい
Goes with the projectile to pressure the opponent. Good call just now. Very dangerous range. They can definitely get clipped by something.
どうするどうする
Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity.
何か狙ってるんですかねこれは。
There's still a chance here.
2人ともやる気満々だ。あと少し。
OD will win to experiencing burner.
いやー頑張れ。
Oh yeah, just like that. Looking for a chance. You may want to slow the pace here. It's there.
決まった
Gotta shake it off. Let's go.
ー。次のラウンドが勝負ですね。まあ全部勝負なんですけど。
They piled up the knowledge. Now how are they going to use it?
いやーどうなるんだろう。
Grabs him.
ナイス
That's what we want. Smart play with the throw. OD whirlwind to up the ante. Is it time for blocking that drive impact? Is it going to work? Stuck in the corner, but not going down without a fight.
結構リード。
Untouchable. Completely overwhelmed them.
ナイスナイスかっこいい。
Oh yeah, this is all yours.
なんと本当に勢いがすごいですね。いやーこのまま勝ってしまうんでしょうか。どうなんでしょう。
Player 1 couldn't even get a tickle in. Might be time for a change.
そっかそっか。
Oh, you never. Nice. Crowns them from above. Uses their drive gauge. Dangerous forward rush. We use adamant for this cookout. Throws him. The offensive assault just keeps going. Catches him slipping.
こっからどう行くんでしょう。
What a smart throw. Still a chance. They gotta do. Will the super art do anything? Closes it out.
決めてったー。ナイス。
Go key.
Pieces are there. Keep your head up and focus.
いやーどっちも頑張っててナイスファイトって感じでした。
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch.
まだまだ戦い足りないようです。
Super clutch corner switch. Out of there. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage.
ナイス
The cross-up connects. Projectile to try to change the situation. Uses the drive rush to deprive them of their turn.
どうなる。
Yeah? What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with they've been pushed into the wall and the stun's there.
ヒヤヒヤします。
Can they scrape together a final push? Juicy opportunity now in the corner.
どうなるんですかねここから。
Smart move to stay on guard. Closing comes from behind to pick up the win. They took advantage of every chance.
うわ逆転だ。
Alright now, let's try and switch up the game plan.
なんかこう魂のぶつかり合い的なものを感じました。
What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Jumps up. Noise.
まあそういう時もあるよね。
Springs forward with the drive rush.
いいよいいよ。
Great work. Just like that.
まあそういう時もあるよね。
KO.
おおしっかり倒しきりましたね。
Don't get too down on yourself. Just change gears and adapt.
めっちゃいい試合でした。またこんな戦いが見たいです。
Guile. Bracket versus special match. Online. Here comes a new challenger.
Right here, right now, we're in for something special.
お互いに頑張ってほしいですね。
You ready? Round one. Fight.
Here we go. Let's see what these fighters have in store.
始まりましたね。
You can use a drive rush like that to keep control of the pressure. It's alright, you're doing well.
惜しい。
Backs him into a corner.
どうなるどうなる。
Goes for the throw.
お
What's their game plan here at this critical stage?
いやー、どうだどうだ。
That throw misses! Throws to get around their defense.
天才か。
Jumps! There's still a chance here.
慎重ですね。ヒヤヒヤします。
What do they do? Oh, burnout activate.
なんかこっちが緊張する。
Went for the chip kill.
おお、しっかり倒しきりましたね。
You remember your shortcomings. It's easier to fill in those gaps.
今負けちゃった方にも取り返してほしいですね。
Can't tech the throw. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone.
こっからこっから。
Opens him up with the throw.
いいですね。
Flash up. Max SA gauge. In some meter here, investing in the round.
あ、これかっこいいやつ。
The Pale Rider. You know what that means. Time for some ground and pound, baby. Oh, connects with the rising uppercut. Player one will look to apply pressure here.
この感じは名勝負の予感。
Down and out.
の名勝負。
The pieces are there. Keep your head up and focus.
どっちも頑張っててナイスファイトって感じでした。
Tries to bait out a reaction to a fireball. Good stuff, but they gotta keep it up.
大丈夫大丈夫。
How's for the throw?
どうだ。
Very dangerous range. They can definitely get clipped by something here. Throws for the throw.
いやー、どうだどうだ。
Both fighters sitting on a full drive gauge. This might be the prime time to let it rip. Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. Player 2 is just about out of drive after that. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. They're vying for dominant position in the corner. Sweet.
天才か。
Just out of range for that throw. Takes a trip.
ヒヤヒヤします。
Long low attack hits. Throws them. What's next? Both fighters are weighing their options and looking for an open. Experiencing smart decision there. That chip damage was enough.
決まったー。
Give me more of that.
いやー、強い。強すぎるよ。でもまだわからない。
Perfect input, not letting up. The corner makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here?
何か狙ってるんですかね、これは。
Ooh, connects with the rising uppercut. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Takes the hit and keeps on trucking. That punish counter creates a chance for some juicy damage here. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Rising uppercut. Raw critical art? Yo, what's gonna happen?
ちょっと何ですか今の。
Yo, we're dealing with a real gambler here. Low on life, they're willing to risk it all on this critical art to deal that cash money damage they need. There's still a chance here. KO!
綺麗に決まりましたね。
Loosen up and play for fun. The results will come.
なんかこう魂のぶつかり合い的なものを感じました。
Ooh, connects with the rising uppercut. Player 2 is going to want to manage to drive meters better for a win this round.
そっかそっか。
They need to be mindful of their opponent's SA gauge. Factor to the corner. What a smart throw!
すごすぎ。天才。
Fakes out the low kick. Links it. Both absolutely refusing to give up ground. Somehow manages to block the jump in. Hits the drive. Jumps. Here, the low kick hits. Scuffle. Leans on the flash kick as he burns out.
なんだこっちが緊張する。
Too slow.
See? Now that's how you finish a fight. This is a big lead. You either go big or you're going home. Don't worry about the loss, because your next win's gonna show them you're for real.
めっちゃいい試合でした。またこんな戦いが見たいです。
Blanca. a new challenger.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table.
よろしくお願いします。
Let's see what they try and do here in this first round.
どっちも強そう。
Knockdown.
うまい。
Player 2 has the life lead.
だいぶ有利な状況ですね。
Denied up top. Deals some 6 damage there in exchange for some meter. Can they utilize the corner? And tech the throw. Gonna spin their gauge on a drive rush here.
どうするどうする？
Very solid corner switch. This is the perfect KO.
お
That's what I like to see.
お。いやー強い。強すぎるよ。でもまだわからない。
How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now?
いやーどうなるんだろう。
Jump! Barely blocks the jump in. Burnout trigger. How much damage can they deal before the opponent?
ナイスナイス。いいよいいよ。
Is it time for the mix-up? One fight. Oh, burnout activates.
なんかこっちが緊張する。
Both sides in burnout. Hey, that's what we want. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Time to take this momentum and really run with it. Manages to block the jump-in attack. That corner's gonna make it hard to get away. Why are they going? Oh, does them dirty. Got KO.
ナイスナイス。かっこいい。
Blanca
Player
wins.
2 did some damage there. Damn.
強すぎ。すごい勢いでした。
Oh, we're gonna run it back now? This thing ain't over yet.
さっき負けた方も次はいける。
Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they could be. Opts for the overdrive arc there to tack on just a little more damage. It's backed into the corner with pressure building.
何か狙ってるんですかねこれは。
That happens to everyone.
惜しい。どうなる？
Not shy with the grab. Ooh, adds on a bit extra to top off their damage output. KO.
決着ですね。
Well read. Keep going.
いや強すぎません？すごい気迫みたいなの感じます。
Holds out with the block. Reads them. Decides to spin the meter to open up some more chances. Still slugging at a pace to hit and keeps on trucking. Opts to continue laying on the end of super activation. You can't forget the super for extra damage.
これが SA 技ってやつですね。
Time to take this momentum and really run with it. The question is, how burnout trip experiencing burnout?
頑張れ。
One chance here may end this round. Super's on deck. Went for the trip kill.
おお。しっかり倒しきりましたね。
Keep on the gas. You had your moments there.
次のラウンドが勝負ですね。まあ全部勝負なんですけど。
Hunting for head here. Uses their drive to maximize their damage. You got this. HD cap overdrive for you.
いけるよ。集中集中。
Okay, here we go. Oh, burnout. Was that on purpose? Player 2 is in a very good spot now. Raw super hard incoming.
なんかすごい。
Rushes in. There's a burnout.
いやー頑張れ。
This nice. So you're just with no worries. Focus on what's in front of you.
めっちゃ惜しい。ドンマイです。
Pressure building. Building. Tuck them in with the command throw. It's over.
うわー決まっちゃいましたね。
Blanca wins.
Player 2 is showing off a $1 million smile now.
どうしてましたね。
Everyone's getting fired up and we're just ready to get started.
お互いに頑張ってほしいですね。
Round one.
The fight just started. This is Tasty Steve on commentary.
ビシバシやり合ってるところが見たいです。
Pressuring them in the corner.
どうなるどうなる？
Keep at it.
大丈夫大丈夫。どうなる？
Player 2, made perfect. Takes the round without getting touched.
おお。
Reflect on the round and see what you can use next.
どちらにも頑張ってほしいです。
Everything up until now and everything from here on out is so vital.
一瞬の油断が命取りですよね。
This fight is just...
どうなるんでしょうか？
Okay, created some space here. They gotta be careful here, because a full drive gauge can erase what life they have left in them. Nice! Let's see how they apply their corner pressure in this situation.
何か狙ってるんですかね、これは。
Great work! Just like that!
まあそういう時もあるよね。
Dash is up. Ooh, burnout activates.
なんかこっちが緊張する。
Gutsy play with the grab. Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious sit. Reads the jump in perfect. The throw whiffs. Oh, yeah, just like that. Woo, nothing but air.
めっちゃ惜しい。ドンマイです。
That's what we want. Get some big game on the wild hunt.
こっからどう行くんでしょう。
Easy Top tries to make something happen with the overdrive arm. This is a critical moment.
すごい激闘ですね。どっちも負けないで。
One player is in burnout state. Closes it out.
決まった。
Not a loss to get down about. If anything, we should be glad for it.
いやー、どっちも頑張っててナイスファイトって感じでした。
How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow up here?
もう一回戦うんですね。頑張れ。
Best online. Ranked match. Comes a new challenger.
We got a good match on deck right now, and no one's gonna want to blink once the action gets started.
飛躍がこっちまで伝わってきますね。
All right, first round. What's going to happen?
かっこいいとこ見たいです。
Shuts down the air approach. Anything that happens early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight.
ここからどう攻めるんですかね。
Will they hit, whip, charge in? Tricky territory here. Knockdown.
どうだ。
The impact gets blocked. Don't worry, it happens.
大丈夫大丈夫。
I wonder how both fighters will adapt to what we've seen so far. Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Gotta scramble and recover quickly.
どうするどうする。
Yeah? Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. At this range, oh yeah, just like that. Looking winded, burnout changes the game. Grabs him.
やばいやばい。どっちも頑張って。
Jumps up, nice. The flips and the flames. You gotta be mindful of reach and jump ins at this range. It's there.
綺麗に決まりましたね。
Gotta shake it off. Let's go.
なんかこう魂のぶつかり合い的なものを感じました。
Ooh, are we going to see some fireworks here?
どうなっていくのか気になります。
Both fighters want to establish themselves early on.
どちらが先に仕掛けるんですかね。
Is it time for the mid-burnout trigger? Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. Super on deck for both fighters. Expect to see some fireworks. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. They gotta watch out. The flips and the flame. Throws a fireball. Smart play with the throw.
ナイスナイス。
Juicy opportunity now in the corner.
どうなるんですかね、ここから。
Give them some of that PDA. Why are they going in? Hang back. Looking win. Nothing but air.
これはまずい。
Taking chunk out of it. The drive impact doesn't work.
いいよいいよ。ナイスガード。
The next touch may decide this round.
すごい激闘ですね。
Down and out.
の名勝負。
Send them home. You got this one.
いやー強い。強すぎるよ。でもまだわからない。
Brushes that off and keeps going. No worries about that.
いや惜しいな今の。
Oh, you never know what can happen here. Back into the corner. What setups do they have?
いやー一気に来るんじゃないですかこれは。
Whip with the throw. Hunting for head here. This is the time to believe in your ability. What? In anti-air? No. Trouble from up top. You're done.
決まったー。
Mine.
Okay, on to the next one.
めっちゃいい試合でした。またこんな戦いが見たいです。
It is not over. They want that run back. How's it going to unfold?
まだまだ戦い足りないようです。
That's what we want. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Opts for the overdrive art there to tack on just a little more damage. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive stock, and that's going to affect their ability to play the neutral game.
どうだ。
Player 2 has used up all their drive. Throws them, what's next? Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Keep at it.
惜しい。
Gets the jump in. There's still a chance here. Player 1 chases him down.
何かね。
Gets him.
ナイスナイス。かっこいい。
Don't worry. We're just getting started here.
次のラウンドが勝負ですね。あ、全部勝負なんですけど。
Converts the opening impact into a punish counter. Called it.
いや惜しいな今の。
Player 1 has a slight life lead that they may sit on.
結構リードしてる感じですね。
Super on deck for both fighters. Expect to see some fireworks. Attempts to break the stalemate with a fireball.
二人ともやる気満々だ。
All charged up, good joke. Raw critical art? Yo, what's gonna happen?
やばい。
So we're dealing with a real gambler here. Go on, Light. Still willing to risk it all on this critical art to deal that cash money damage they need. Give them some of that PDA. Still a chance. They gotta do it. Pressure building. Bill drops him. Don't closes it out.
決めてったー。ナイス。
Don't get too down on yourself. Just change gears and adapt.
めっちゃいい試合でした。またこんな戦いが見たいです。
Kimberly.
Another fight is coming your way. Both fighters are ready to get started. I can't wait to see what kind of tricks they have up their sleeves.
なんかワクワクします。
All right, first round. What's going to happen?
どっちも強そう。
Good call just now.
すごい。
It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach?
ここからどう攻めるんですかね。
Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner.
どうなるどうなる。
They're really being worked over in the corner. That happens to everyone.
大丈夫大丈夫。
Anticipated that counter and blocks. See, that's how it's done.
ナイス。
Throws to get around their defense.
あと少し。
Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. There's still a chance here. Hell.
綺麗に決まりましたね。
Don't worry, we're just getting started.
魂のぶつかり合い。敵なものを感じました。
They've piled up the knowledge. Now how are they going to use it?
いやー、どうなるんだろう。これは。
Snap kick sends him spinning. Blocks it. Gets a little space with the throw. Barely hanging on. They have to optimize their drive usage. Those 7 beautiful letters. You love to hear them.
綺麗に決まりましたね。
Don't let it phase you. You'll get there.
面白かったです。2人ともマジお疲れ。
All
choose a new challenger.
This is gonna be a 5-star match. Get ready for history to be made.
どっちも強そうですね。
Here we go. Let's see what these fighters have in store.
気合入ってますね。
Tries to get a breather with a projectile. Anything that happens early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight.
ここからどう攻めるんですかね。
Now they get pushed into both sides have full drive and plenty of health. Let's see how things open up. Both players have near empty super art gauges. Whoever can build theirs up first may have a big advantage here. We're at the halfway point of the round, and both fighters should be well past the warm-up phase. Halfway through the round now. Expect to see both fighters take it to the next level. The fighters are at a standstill. They gotta be cooking with something. Backs him into a corner.
どうだ。
Sick.
うまい。
Both fighters are... Oh, more of that.
天才か。いやー、どうだどうだ。
See, that's how it's done. Takes a trip. Player 2 needs to be cautious with drive gauge. Both fighters decide to reset the pace and assess the situation.
ヒヤヒヤします。
Okay, creating some space here. Player 1 chases him down.
何か狙ってるんですかね、これは。
Holds out with the block.
慎重ですね。
Sure you can. KO!
決まった
You remember your shortcomings. It's easier to fill in those gaps.
勝負はまだこれからって感じですね。
And tech the throw. Good job.
いいですね。
Early round decisions are so important to set the tone.
こっからこっから。
Oh, yeah, just like that. Risky up-close scrap still takes the hit and keeps on trucking. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner hit.
この感じは名勝負の予感がします。
Goes for the level 3 super art to show them this is how we roll in this town. Zero kick for a mix-up.
今の完璧。
Noticeable light lead. Is a comeback still possible? A single hit, smart decision there. That chip damage was enough.
決まった
Send him home. You got this one.
なんかここまですごく一進一退できてるんで、次どうなるか本当に予想できないです。
Ups the damage on that by opting to go for the overdrive art. Jump. That corner's gonna blow heavy.
今の完璧。いったれいったれ。
Below. Looking for a hole. What now? Player 2 has a big drive gauge lead. The throw connects.
今の完
Nowhere to run.
璧。いやー、
Throws him.
すごすぎ。天才。
Denied. Keeps cool and locks him out. They are done.
うわー、決まっちゃいましたね。
Player 2 is showing them what to do.
もうこんなの誰も勝てないよ。最強です。
It is not over. They want that run back. How's it going to unfold?
まだまだ戦い足りないようです。
Changing up the beat with the hidden barriers. Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. Knockdown. Backs him into a corner.
どうなるどうなる。
Player 2 will be in a world of hurt if this drive gauge runs out.
いやー、どうだどうだ。
Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. Oh, now here's a chance to do some damage.
うわー、頑張れ。
Hits with the overhead. If they can't escape this rock-solid corner pressure, this round is over. There's still a chance here. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity.
何か狙ってるんですか。
KO.
おお、しっかり倒しきりましたね。
All right, now let's try and switch up the game plan.
次のラウンドが勝負ですね。まあ全部勝負なんですけど。はい、どういうことこれ。
Great work. Just like that.
いや惜しいな今の。
Tarakuchi Shoyu connects. That's what we want. Barely blocks the jump in. Is it time for the mix-up?
慎重ですね。
Jirai kick for a mix-up. Tries to bait out a reaction to a fireball. Could be looking to start something.
もうねここ本当に難しいんですよね。これ結構有利ですよね。
Gotta be careful not to knock them out of the air. Aims for the legs with the slide. They back the opponent into it's there.
ナイスナイス。かっこいい。
Every loss is a chance to learn.
面白かったです。二人ともマジお疲れ。
How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here?
もう一回戦うんですね。頑張れ。
Solid anti-air there. Tons of time left. How's this match going to play out?
ここからどう攻めるんですかね。どうだ。
There's a corner switch. Tries to bait him with the projectile. Ooh, that was on point. Backs him into a corner. Both fighters will want to utilize what little drive gauge they have. Cross-up block. Goes for the throw.
すごい。
Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Throws him. What's next?
お。
Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense.
どうするどうする。
Each hit is so important.
やばいやばいやばい。
Gotta be careful when you went for the chip kill.
決まったー。
Alright now, let's try and switch up the game plan.
今負けちゃった方にも取り返してほしいですね。
They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter.
一瞬の油断が命取りですよね。
Can they utilize the corner? Who'll gain control of the match in the early going?
どちらが先に仕掛けるんですかね。二人ともやる気満々だ。
Drive gauge management here.
いいですね。
Both fighters have full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. Jumps up. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out.
全然気がつきませんね。
More fuel on the fire.
なんかもうすごいことになってるよ。
Goes for the level 3 super art to show them this is how we roll in this town.
いやいや。
Still a chance, they gotta do it. Oh, you're done.
おお。しっかり倒しきりましたね。
Just needing a bit more control. You'll get it next time.
いやー熱い戦いでした。次の試合。
Judy. Comes a new challenger.
All right, both players are ready to go. Time to get hype and make some noise.
なんかワクワクします。
Let's see what they try and do here in this first round.
始まりましたね。
The impact gets blocked. Shoots off a projectile from downtown to check their approach. Dangerous range here. If you're careless, any move with long recovery can get jumped in on for good damage. Nailed it. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also diminished. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. You gotta watch out. Let's see how they apply their... They've been pushed into the wall and the stun's there.
ヒヤヒヤします。
You remember your shortcomings. It's easier to fill in those gaps.
勝負はまだこれからって感じですね。
That flashes them. They hit each other? Checks them with the projectile. Player 1 took that round comfortably. No need to bring out the big guns yet.
そっかそっか。
They gotta stop the bleeding. Ooh, burnout activates.
いやー、頑張れ。
Brushes that off and keeps going. Is it time for the mix-up? Checks nice cross-up. There's a check. Cross super art.
やばい。
Yeah, that's what I like to see. Genru, rep up.
Bet that hurt.
Still a chance. Meets them air to air. The Genrai, they push their way out of the down and out.
決まった
Okay, on to the next.
ー。いやー、どっちも頑張っててナイスファイトって感じでした。
All
Online. Race match. Online race match. Real. Here comes a new challenger.
And they've gone for the same character. Neither side is gonna want to lose this one.
なんかワクワクします。
This will be a good fight. Round one. Fight.
The fight just started. This is Tasty Steve on commentary. On dangerous turf, easy to get tagged at this range. Will they incorporate that full